From Landman Field here at Laurel Highlands High School, it's time for high school baseball action here on the WMBS Facebook page and the Trib Live High School Sports Network this afternoon. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs sitting at 3-6 overall, 3-2 in conference play, coached by Brad Yeoman in his second year, hosts the Belle Vernon Leopards. The Leopards 5-5 overall, 2-3 in conference play. Tony Watson in his fourth year as the head coach of the Belle Vernon Leopards. As always, our pregame show being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They'll get you ready for the game. They're located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. Our live video stream today, courtesy of M&R Transit and South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon. And certainly a lot on the line as far as the playoff race goes for both Laurel Highlands and Belle Vernon here this afternoon. Looking at the Section 2 4A standings, Greater Latrobe at the top of the conference right now. The Wildcats 5-1 in conference play, 7-4 overall. Uniontown just a half game back. The Red Raiders having a nice season as well. They'll wrap up their two-game set with Ringgold later on tonight at Bailey Park, for the Red Raiders at 4-1 in the conference, 6-3 overall. Laurel Highlands a game back of Uniontown. The Mustangs at 3-2 in conference play, 3-6 overall. Then Belle Vernon and Ringgold tied for the final playoff spot in the conference. The Leopards sitting at 5-5 overall, 2-3 in conference play. The Rams also 2-3 in the conference. They're 4-6 overall. And of course the Albert Gallatin Colonials, they're 0-9 in 0-9 overall and 0-6 in conference play, in just two conference games on the docket today. Of course, Belle Vernon here at Laurel Highlands and Ringgold at Uniontown. Yesterday, the Mustangs knocked off the Leopards 13-3 at the DeVirgilio Sports Complex up in Rostraver Township. Uniontown picked up a 5-0 win over Ringgold, and Greater Latrobe downed Albert Gallatin by the identical score of the Laurel Highlands Belle Vernon game, also a 13-3 decision for the Wildcats over the Albert Gallatin Colonials. We're back with more, getting you ready for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Belle Vernon Leopards. Our game coverage being brought to you in part by the C. Harper Auto Group. Movement Physiotherapy, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law. Russ Playhill, your local Allstate Insurance Agent. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. The Catholic War Veterans, Post 1669 in Hopwood. Potter's Bar and Grill. Uniontown Detailing. Ford of Uniontown, the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital. Peachin's Pharmacy, M&R Transit, the Sprouse Insurance Group, NovaCare Rehabilitation, Ted Silva and Son Body and Fender Repair, John Marietta for Fayette County Commissioner, South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon, Melinda Delarose for Judge, Mama Ruca's Pizza Shop, the Centers for Rehab Services and Physical Therapist Jim Burns, State Farm Agent Lauren Yeoman, the Radcliffe Law Firm, Shop and Save, Uniontown Detailing, Jimmy Johns and attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP. As we said, our pregame show being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group. Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, again, stuff happens to everyone. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. You can get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance that stays put until you change your car, driver, or your address. You can phone the Sprouse Insurance Group at 724-437-9812 or go online at SprouseInsurance.com. Erie Rate Lock is not guaranteed continued insurance coverage and not available in all states. Of course, our game coverage also brought to you by the C. Harper Auto Group, the best price every time, all the time, the C. Harper Auto Group. And since 1976, Davis & Davis has represented people, not insurance companies. For more information on how Davis & Davis can help you, you can phone 724-437-2799. That's 724-437-2799 for Davis & Davis. The Belle Vernon Leopards to bat first here in the top half of the first inning. Let's set their lineup. Leading off, the sophomore second baseman, number 27, Seth Tomalski. Batting second and playing first base, number 11, Tanner Stieber. Batting third and playing in center field, number 19, Jake Wessel. In right field, in the cleanup spot, number 8, Jake Jetico. Batting fifth in left field, number 13, Adam LeCarte. Batting sixth and playing third base, junior number 5, Austin Hoffman. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, number 31, Martin Marion. Batting eighth and catching, number 4, Max Kostelnik. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, John Bellissimo. Defensively, for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, they'll have Noah Lyon out in left, C.J. Geskin center, and Patrick Kavanaugh on right. Around the horn, Caleb Yanoski at third, Tyler Sankovic at short. Frank Kula playing second base, and Braden O'Brien playing first. On the mound, Paxton Petronis, and catching Sevi Vecchiola. Petronis, some pretty nice numbers so far this season. This will be his fourth appearance, has a 1-0 record, 1.40 ERA. Has worked 10 innings, given up 7 hits, 5 runs, only 2 of them earned. struck out 13 and walked 5 so far this season. The Mustangs looking for another solid effort out of Petronas here this afternoon against a very hungry Belle Vernon Leopards team. The managers meeting here behind home plate, going over some of the ground rules, and then we'll get this afternoon's contest underway between the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Belle Vernon Leopards. Again, our game coverage being brought to you by M&R Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family. They've been helping students travel safely to school in Fayette County for more than 3 years. M&R Transit, a proud sponsor of the Laurel Highlands High School baseball team, and they wish all of our area teams the best of luck. For additional information, you could phone 724-439-3164. That's 724-439-3164. Stop into their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown, right down the street from WMBS. Great place to stop and grab a snack before or after the game. Jimmy John's, Walnut Hill Plaza, a proud supporter of local high school sports. Again, stop by Jimmy John's to fuel up before or after the game. UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community. They treat sports injuries, neurological conditions, back sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. You can call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access, and they can contact your doctor for you. That's 724-437-7500 for UPMC's Centers for Rehab Services. And what a beautiful afternoon for high school baseball. Game time temperature 68 degrees under sunny skies, getting you ready for the Belle Vernon Leopards and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. The Mustangs in the home whites with blue numbers, little red trim. The Leopards in the away dark greens with gold numbers and gray pants. The Leopards dugout across the field off to our left, and of course the Mustangs dugout right below us here at Tom Landman Field. Tony Hanola is going to join. I still actually have most of the game for you later on today on the WMBS Facebook page. We'll also have coverage of the Laurel Highlands School Board meeting, which will start at 6 o'clock later on tonight. And, of course, more high school baseball next week. The Mustangs will be taking on the Ringgold Rams. Also have coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Greater Latrobe Wildcats next weekend as well. I mentioned the Red Raiders in action later on tonight at Bailey Park, taking on the Ringgold Rams, wrapping up their series as well. But certainly an exciting time of the year, already halfway through the conference season as far as high school baseball is concerned. Uniontown and Laurel Highlands will play in the final series of the year, the first Monday and Tuesday of May, to wrap up the conference season. The Mustangs also have some games scheduled the following week. They'll have their senior day game against Brownsville and also a trip to the Boyce Mayview complex to take on the Upper St. Clair Panthers. Looks like we're about ready for the national anthem here at Landman Field, so we'll pause for that. Actually, they're going to go with the starting lineup for the Mustangs before the national anthem here at Landman Field. Again, the Mustangs coming off a 13-3 win over the Belle Vernon Leopards yesterday, trying to continue their run of good form here this afternoon against the Belle Vernon Leopards. And again, you look at Laurel Highlands, just terrific success here over the last couple of seasons. In fact, the Mustangs, if you go back over the last 3 springs, of course, no high school baseball in 2020 due to COVID, but Laurel Highlands has played 14 playoff games over the last 3 springs. Certainly impressive. Of course, you go back to last year, the Mustangs, a first round or quarterfinal round playoff win over Beaver, and then lost in the semifinal round against Montour, won a PIAA play-in game against Knock, and they picked up their first ever state playoff win in school history up at Mercyhurst against Erie Cathedral Prep before losing a squeaker to West Mifflin up at Greater Latrobe High School. It's interesting, the final 3 playoff games the Mustangs played last year, all by final scores of 4-3, the 2 wins over Knock and Erie Cathedral Prep, and of course that 4-3 loss against the West Mifflin Titans. Even going back to 2021, the Mustangs WPIAL playoff wins over Beaver and North Catholic, lost to Montour in the semis, and lost a PIAA play-in game to Blackhawk at Washington and Jefferson College. Of course, no baseball in the spring of 2020, but back in 2019, the Mustangs went all the way into the WPIAL championship game, had WPIAL playoff wins over Kiski, Hampton, and Franklin Regional, playing in 5A before losing to Shaler in that WPIAL championship game, and had to go all the way out to District 3 to take on Cedar Cliff at Northern York High School and fell there by a score of 9-2. Looks like we are ready for the national anthem, so we'll pause for that. Again, you're watching Mustang baseball against the Belle Vernon Leopards here on the WMBS Facebook page and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. I couldn't get the national anthem to play over the PA system, but the Laurel Highlands team doing a nice job there with the national anthem as well. We have Tony Hanola in the house as well for this game this afternoon, and Tony, certainly plenty on the line for the Mustangs and the Belle Vernon Leopards here today.
An extremely big conference game, Brian. As you see, everything's tight within the section right now, so really either one of these teams can put themselves right back into position and make it to the playoffs, but a loss could really hurt either one of these two teams.
We saw last week Belle Vernon bounce back. They had a tough 10-run loss against Uniontown in the opening game of that series, came back with a win the next day, and you go back to yesterday, 10-run loss against the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Will they bounce back the next day?
Well, good question. And, you know, they've been kind of a Jekyll and Hyde team all season long, and you're right. When we did that Uniontown game, it looked like they just couldn't get anything going, and then the next day they end up beating Uniontown. But you just don't know. I mean, day to day here, it depends on the pitching, depends on their fielding. You know, if they play flawless, don't make any errors, could be a very different game here today.
And for the Mustangs on the mound, Paxton Petronas, we saw Petronas throw 2 weeks ago. I think I was against Greater Latrobe here, Tony, when we worked a game together, and pitched very well. The Mustangs just lost that game late, had plenty of opportunities, and they stranded about 11 or 12 guys on the base paths throughout the course of that contest. But Petronas has done a nice job on the mound. You look at his numbers, 1.40 ERA, 1-0 record. He actually got a no decision in that contest against Greater Latrobe, and he's given the Mustangs a chance to win every time he's pitched.
Well, and that was the game when it went extra innings, 8 innings, and like I said, he did a great job, but the Mustangs tied it up in the 7th and just couldn't get anything going in the extra inning and ended up losing 4-2. But you're right, he threw very well that day, and hopefully he can do it again here today for the Mustangs.
It'll be Seth Tomalski leading off for the Belle Vernon Leopards, the sophomore second baseman, batting 167 with an RBI so far this season. Tony got a water for you here as well.
Man, you guys loaded me up.
Yeah, thank Frank Cool for that.
You guys are all right.
He'll send you the bill after the game. And a busy afternoon for us. Again, also on the WMBS Facebook page around 6 o'clock tonight, we'll have the Laurel Highlands School Board meeting. I'm actually going to head up and set up for that here in just a couple of minutes. So Tony's going to bring you most of the way here this afternoon. I'm sure you're in fine hands, though, with Mr. Hanola.
I don't know about that. It's kind of a scary thought. I'm sure the audience is cringing right now as you say it.
Well, I'll do the first half inning here, Tony, and then you the rest of the way while you get situated here. And we'll get this high school baseball game underway between the Mustangs and the Belle Vernon Leopards, as Petronas, the lefty, and certainly gives a different look at opponents. You don't see as many high school left-handed pitchers anymore, and Petronas, again, has done a nice job throughout the course of the season. And we'll get things started here against Seth Tomalski, who's a righty in the batter's box, and the first pitch on the way, a little low and outside for ball one here to Tomalski.
Yeah, and actually, the Mustangs saw a lefty yesterday in Colton Lee, and really just, I mean, tagged him for what, 15 hits? Well, Belle Vernon overall for 15 hits, so a nice day. The Mustang bats woke up yesterday.
1-0 pitch in there for a strike to even up the count at 1-1.
Although the last couple games, you figure both AG games, they scored over 10 runs, and over 10 runs yesterday outside of the Indiana game when they didn't score. They've been putting the ball in play and getting a lot of action.
There's a ground ball on the far side, tough throw over to first in time, and a heads-up play there for the Mustangs. Tyler Sankovic sending it over to Braden O'Brien in time to retire Tomalski 6-3 for the first outs of this top of the first inning.
Yeah, a nice job there to charge it. Grass infield here, and we know that the ball can be kind of slow every once in a while on this infield. Nice job by Sank to charge it. Nice strong throw over to Braden O'Brien for the first out of the game.
So one away here in the top half of the first inning. They'll bring up Tanner Stieber, the senior first baseman, also a lefty. First pitch a called strike. Little check swing there from Tanner. Came into the game with a .292 average and 2 RBIs.
Yeah, nice pitch there by Petronas. A little breaking pitch, caught the outside corner on the lefty.
Now Paxton with the 0-1 here to Stieber, breaking ball. And there for strike 2. And Petronas has done a nice job mixing up his pitches as well so far this season.
Yeah, not overpowering, but just hits his spots and knows what to do. And really, like I said, not a 100-mile-an-hour thrower, but throws strikes for the Mustangs and keep the ball down.
0-2 on the way, and that one just missed, takes us to 1-2.
Yeah, that did not miss by much on the inside corner there.
I think we accidentally turned off our little graphic here, Tony, for the balls and strikes and the score. We'll get that back up in just a moment as well. It's not showing up on our screen.
If not, then we got to work a lot harder.
Yeah, I do have to work a lot harder. I think we're just
now.
not seeing the display here.
Yeah, you better get that up and running.
You can go and call some of the balls and strikes here, Tony, while I go and get this thing set up.
I got you.
There's the rest of your lineup there.
So 2-2 count. Petronas catches the outside corner and gets him looking. So Stieber, the first strikeout victim of the game by Petronas. So now 2 outs. That's going to bring up Jake Wessel. Wessel in the 3 spot. Wessel, the Penn State Erie Barron commit.
We got it back going, Tony.
All right.
One overlay button accidentally got pushed, knocked us off, but we're set to go.
Nice pitch there by Petronas.
And Wessel, you mentioned, good numbers, 355 average, 3 RBIs for the senior center fielder for the Belle Vernon Leopards.
Actually had a good game yesterday. Out all the Belle Vernon players had 2 of their 5 hits.
Next pitch on the way, little one-hopper. Take the count even now to 1-1.
Had a triple and a single yesterday. Really one of the only components of the offense that the Leopards had yesterday against the Mustangs.
They got down early. It was 5-0 in the top of the first inning. Sometimes you get into a hole like that, tough to get out of it. 1-1 now for Petronas, and a well-hit ball into left field, moving over to the line and actually jumping up to make the catch there, Noah Lyon, but he got the job done. Ends up being a 1-2-3. Top half of the first inning, move to the bottom of the first. Scoreless, Laurel Highlands and Belle Vernon here on the Seahawk Auto Group High School Sports Day. Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us, like Tony, even switch partners while square dancing. Well, that might be a stretch. Well, it's not a stretch. It's how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman right here in Uniontown can switch you over so you can start saving today. It's easy with Lauren Yeoman to switch and save. Just give her a call when you want the real deal like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Mamaruka's Pizza Shop, located on Barton Mill Road, is your prime place to enjoy high school sports. Mamaruka's family-owned and operated, where pride of ownership certainly shows. The Sampson family carries on the tradition of homemade pizza, salads, subs, and more. Mamaruka's open Monday through Saturday from 4 to 10 for indoor and outdoor dining. Give them a call at 724-438-9066. When you're looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices, Shop and Save in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in all of your family's grocery needs. Take advantage and sign up for their Shop and Save Perks card to get you money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. We always see Tony over at Shop and Save. They're on 150 Walnut Hill Road, open every day from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Come on down and get your savings on at Shop and Save in Uniontown. Well, Tony, I think I'm going to turn it over to you the rest of the way. I'm going to go set up for school board. I think you can handle everything. Got the defensive charts right here for you. Lineups, sponsor sheets.
You're the busiest man in broadcasting. You know
Trying to stay busy. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Busiest man in broadcasting. All right. So here we go. Noah Lyon will be leading off for the Mustangs. He'll be followed by C.J. Gesk, Tyler Sankovich batting in the 4th spot, Frank Kula, Braden O'Brien batting 5th, Tristan McCoy in the 6th spot, Caleb Janoski 7th, Patrick Cavanaugh 8th, and Sevi Vecchiola, coming off a 3-hit game yesterday down at Belle Vernon, batting 9th. On the mound for Belle Vernon will be Parker Lind. There's a first pitch. Lefty versus lefty today. First pitch is down and away. So Lyon takes ball 1. As we said, the Mustangs yesterday with 15 hits, able to string together 12 runs. Pitch called strike on the inside. Made Noah Lyon move a little bit, but good pitch there by Lind. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball, going to be fouled away. So Lyon now down in the count 1-2. Lyon had a good game against Indiana 2 games ago. He was 2 for 2 hitting. Was a losing pitcher, but only gave up 1 run in that loss. Now the count's going to even up at 2-2. Lyon to be followed here by C.J. Gesk. So now the pitch to Lyon. It's going to be fouled back as well. So Lyon hanging tough. Lyon, only a freshman, coming in, made that last grab in left field there to end the first inning. It's going to be a shot down to short. Marion over to first. Martin Marion with the nice grab and nice throw, so one out. As Lyon is retired 6-3. And that's going to bring up C.J. Gesk. Gesk coming in, batting 172 on the year. No home runs, 1 RBI. Gesk, good speed. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Nice frame there. Actually a pretty nice job. About knee high. Second pitch catches the outside corner. Parker Lind dealing here today for the Belle Vernon Leopards. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just a bit outside. Good waste pitch there. Count now 1-2. Pitch just misses a little bit low. Lind was the winning pitcher against Uniontown. Ball's going to be dribbled. It's going to go foul down the third base line. Lind pitched 5 2/3 innings that day, gave up 1 run and 4 hits, 7 strikeouts, as the Leopards beat Uniontown 4-2 down at Belle Vernon. Now he's trying to beat the crosstown rival with the Red Raiders. As a shot out to right field, settling underneath that one's Jake Jedico, and Jedico snags it for the second out of the inning. So now 2 down. That'll bring up Tyler Sankovic. Sankovic, starting shortstop today, batting .310. No home runs, but 8 RBIs on the year for Tyler. Lefty versus lefty. Lind getting the sign. Ball just a bit low. Count now 1-0. Sankovic doubled in yesterday's game against Belle Vernon. Takes that pitch high and in. Count now 2-0. 2 down here. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch from Lind, and that's a shot down to first. Nice scoop there. Tanner Stieber with the unassisted putout. So Sankovic is going to be retired 3 unassisted. So for the Mustangs, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. After the first inning of play, it's Laurel Highlands and Belle Vernon tied at 0. Our game coverage is brought to you by Radcliffe Law, located at 648 Morgantown Road in Uniontown. Radcliffe Law is a proud sponsor of local high school sports. When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair. Newly expanded to serve you better, Ted Sova and Son offer complete collision service, minor to major repairs, frame and unibody repair, and glass installation. They will gladly provide estimates, and they will work with your insurance company. With a newly installed paint booth that utilizes the environmentally friendly waterborne paint process, Ted Sova & Son is one of the few auto body repair shops that is both certified and recognized by the Environmental Protection Agency. They not only care for our community and our children, they care for our environment. Located on Atlas Road in Hopwood, it's the goal of Ted Sova & Son to alleviate the stress of an accident and assist you in any way possible. Family owned and operated for over 48 years. Call 724-437-2351 for Ted Sova & Son Body and Fender Repair. Proud supporter of Laurel Highlands Mustangs baseball. So as we go to the top of this second inning, leading off for Belle Vernon will be Jake Jedico. He'll be followed by Adam LeCarte and Austin Hoffman. Petronas able to retire the Leopards 1-2-3 in that first inning. First pitch Taken for a ball by Jetico. Jetico's had a good year for the Leopards. Coming in batting .368, 1 home run and 5 RBIs. And actually that home run was down at Uniontown. Hit it to straightaway center field. 1-0 pitch. Taken for a ball, so 2 balls, no strikes. Jetico is also a member of the Leopards football team that won the state title. They'll be looking forward to a ring here pretty soon. Here's Petronas' pitch. It's going to be called for a strike. Jetico taking all the way. Count now at 2-1. Paxton Petronas with the pitch, fastball, and it's driven to center field. It's going to get in the gap off the fence. Jetico with a stand-up double to lead off this second inning for Belle Vernon. So Jetico, nice job to lead off. Picks up the first hit for Belle Vernon. And that was a shot into the left center field gap there. Actually hit off the fence on a fly. So Jetico showing his power. Now Petronas with the corners in. Nobody out. Jetico fakes going. Curveball. Going to be called for a strike on Adam LeCarte. LeCarte starting in left field today. Came in batting .333 on the year. No home runs. 3 RBIs. And actually one of the 3 RBIs yesterday for Belle Vernon. Petronas checks the runner. Another breaking pitch. It's going to be popped up. Will it stay in play? Going to be out of play. Didn't have a fan make a play on that one now. So LeCarte setting ready for Petronas' next delivery. Jetico with the leadoff double to put a runner in scoring position for Belle Vernon. Petronas again with a breaking pitch. Just misses. Pitch just missed the outside corner. Pretty good eye there by LeCarte. So now the count. 2 balls and 1 strike, if I'm right. Petronas going to step off. Jetico with a decent lead, but nothing unmanageable out there. The Mustangs playing straight up. Kula a little bit shaded towards second base. That pitch misses down. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Petronas looking to pick up the first out of this inning. Looking for his second strikeout of the game. He struck out Stever in the first. Petronas going to fake Jetico back. Kula snuck in behind him, but really, as we mentioned, Jetico not with a very big lead out there at second. Outfield straight away. Petronas deals. Just misses a little bit low, so now the count's full. Nobody out here. Jetico with the leadoff double for the Leopards. Mustangs picked up a crucial 13-3 win yesterday at Belle Vernon. Now looking to sweep the series. Petronas with the payoff pitch. Popped up. Drifting back is Frank Kula. Kula's calling it, and he's going to make the catch. Nice job there. That ball was kind of in no man's land, but Frank able to drift back and make the catch. So that's going to be the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up Austin Hoffman. Hoffman, the third baseman today, batting .176. No home runs, 1 RBI on the season. Jetico still out at second. Sank trying to deke him back a little bit. First pitch just a bit high. Count 0-1. Belle Vernon scored 3 runs yesterday, all of those in the 4th inning. As we mentioned, only had 5 hits. Hoffman had a RBI double. Wessa with 2 hits, a triple and a single. Marion with a single. There's a shot. Going to be popped up. Braden O'Brien calling it. Does he make the play? Let's see what they say. They're going to call it an out. O'Brien able to straddle the line. Now let's see. Maybe they're going to reverse this. They called him out. Okay. Great play there by Braden O'Brien. So Hoffman going to pop out to the first baseman in foul territory. So now Martin Marion coming up. Marion batting .281, no home runs, 5 RBIs, and looking to not strand Jetico here after that leadoff double for the Belle Vernon Leopards. Petronas trying to get out of a little bit of a jam here. Again, fakes Jetico back. Marion, the senior shortstop. Petronas with the first pitch and a swing and a miss by Martin Marion. Count now 0-1. Be a huge confidence boost for both Petronas and the Mustangs to strand Jetico after that leadoff double. Petronas now with the 0-1 pitch. Jetico's going to go. Throw down? No. Foul ball. So 0-2. Kind of got blocked out there by one of the multiple pieces of wood in our in our eyesight here. So, yeah, so now the count 0-2, and Jetico was actually running on the pitch. Sevi Vecchiola behind the dish. So now the 0-2 count to Marion. Petronas with a breaking pitch. Ball's going to be hit into left field deep, and that's going to be over Noah Lyons' head. So Marion comes aboard with a double and picks up an RBI, and the Leopards get on the board first with a 1-0 lead. So Martin Marion with the second hit of the game, second extra base hit, and he's going to pick up an RBI. So now with 2 outs, that's going to bring up Max Kostelnik. Kostelnik, the starting catcher today. Kostelnik and more importantly puts the Leopards out in front 1-0. Nice job on that 0-2 pitch. Why did he swing? Whoa. Not the most ideal setup. So now Petronas 0-1. That ball's in the dirt. Slid back a little bit, try to get a better view. Need that whole thing to be glass here, right? Like we're at the beach. Looking out. 1-1 count on Max Kostelnik. Marion throw's going to go back to second, but probably a little ill-advised there. Marion not with a very big lead. Frank Coolin tried to sneak in behind him, but probably only has about a 3 or 4 step lead there. Petronas now to work on the batter, Kostelnik. 1-1 pitch down in the dirt. Nice block there by Vecchiola. Keep that ball in front of him. Keep Marion from advancing to third base. Jetico led off the inning with a double. Stayed there for 2 outs until Martin Marion doubled him home. Petronas trying to strand a runner. And it's Kostelnik's going to hit a ball into right field. Cavanaugh comes up throwing, but Marion showing good speed. So Marion scores the second run for Belle Vernon. And Max Kostelnik came in batting .095. But a single in the hole between first and second. He's going to pick up an RBI. It's only his 4th RBI of the year. But more importantly, puts the Belle Vernon Leopards up 2-0. Got a courtesy runner now for Kostelnik. It's going to be number 6, Cole Matusik. So Matusik is the courtesy runner for Max Kostelnik. Kostelnik going to go in and get the catcher's gear on. So now this is going to bring up John Bellissimo. So Bellissimo comes in batting .235. And Petronas with the pitch, and that's going to be fouled back. Bellissimo DHing today. So Petronas gave up a double to Jetico to lead off the inning, retired the next 2 batters on pop-outs, and then Marion doubled a run in, and Kostelnik with the single. And the Belle Vernon Leopards lead 2-0. Petronas with the throw over, trying to keep the courtesy runner Matusik close. Braden O'Brien holding him to first base. So Bellissimo down in the count, 0-1. There's the pitch, a little slide step. Nice pitch there. Had Bellissimo chasing. So now the count 0-2. Paxton Petronas trying to get out of this inning, only giving up 2 runs. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Checking the runner. Little fake. That ball's going to be hit down the third base line, foul. So Matusik's going to have to come back. He was running on the pitch. On the 0-2 pitch, not a bad idea. Bellissimo, the number 9 batter for Belle Vernon here today. Matusik now with a little bit bigger lead at first. Petronas fakes over. That ball's swung at, but fouled. Bellissimo able to get a piece of it. Nearly caught there by Sevi Vecchiola for the 3rd out, but just off the edge of his glove. So now Petronas again with the 0-2 pitch. Checks the runner, and he's going to come over. A little bit closer that time. As we said, Matusik with a little bit bigger lead now. Probably about a 6-step lead. Petronas going to go to home with this one. The 0-2 pitch just misses on the outside corner. Count now at 1-2, 2 outs. Belle Vernon looking to add to this 2-0 lead. Petronas going to step back and flip it over. And again, Matusik able to dive back in safely. Petronas sets. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ball's going to be popped up. Will it stay in play? It's going to be out over our head. Got to give thanks today to Jim Layton on the camera. We pulled him out of the bullpen down from the Altoona curve. We brought him up. Didn't have anybody. We figured, okay, let's see if some parents wanted to do it. And Jim stepped up to the plate. Said, thanks, brother. Petronas going to go over again. Nice catch there by Braden O'Brien. Able to keep that ball going into right field. Frank Cool on the scoreboard for us. Petronas now 1-2 pitch. It's going to be a shot down to third. Nice play there, Janoski. And that ball's going to pop out of Braden O'Brien's glove. Matusik thought about trying to go home. Really nice play there by Janoski, but Braden O'Brien just couldn't hold it. So that's going to be an E3. Now it's going to put runners on the corners. That's going to bring up the top of the order Seth Tomalski. Tomalski grounded out 6-3 the first time up. Now we're going to have Coach Yeoman call timeout. Go out and try to settle Paxton down a little bit and give a little encouragement to his Laurel Highlands Mustangs. So 2 runs across here in his second inning. Jedico with a double, doubled in by Martin Marion. Marion was singled in by Kostelnik. Now Kostelnik's the courtesy runner for Kostelnik, Matusik's at third. And John Bellissimo at first for Belle Vernon. And again, O'Brien is going to hold Bellissimo at first. So that's going to create a little bit of a hole here on the right side of the diamond for Seth Tomalski. Tomalski came in batting 167, no home runs, 1 RBI on the year. Trying to keep this inning alive. Paxton Petronas. Ball down in the dirt. Nice job there by Vecchiola again. Beautiful block to keep that ball in front of him. Keep Bellissimo at first base. Petronas facing the 7th batter in this inning. There's a pitch just missed on the outside corner. They're going to have a play at the plate. Matusik is going to get thrown out. Beautiful play. You had Bellissimo running at first. Ball was cut off there by Sankovic, and Sankovic able to make a nice throw into Vecchiola to get the running Matusik. So that's going to be a 6-2 out, and that's going to end the inning. So in the inning, Belle Vernon scores 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error and 1 man left on base. So after 1.5, it's Belle Vernon 2 and the Mustangs nothing. Good times, good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill, Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Family owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. Get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street. Call 724-438-9835 or visit Potter's on Facebook, and we will see you at Potter's. Get the family care that is right for you with WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital Primary Care. Uniontown Hospital provides not only emergency services, they also offer a variety of primary care options and locations to meet your needs. Your primary care physician is your first point of contact when it comes to medical care. Wellness is their primary concern, which makes convenient and coordinated care essential. With a network of board-certified physicians and offices located in Uniontown, Connellsville, Scottdale, and Carmichaels, it has never been easier to get care that you trust. Specializing in family practice and internal medicine with qualifications to treat all members of your family, WVU primary care physicians are here to get you individually and to provide you with personalized care. So now as we start the second inning, Frank Kula is going to lead off for the Mustangs. Kula to be followed by Braden O'Brien and Tristan McCoy. Kula's been swinging a hot bat lately. 3 hits yesterday and a few RBIs. There's a pop fly. Will it stay in play? Ball's going to be just out of the reach of Austin Hoffman over at third base. So Kula fouled that off. Count goes to 1-1. Parker Lind in for his second inning of work. Kula with a shot, and that ball's going to stay fair down the right field line. Kula taking off for 2, and he's going to get there easily. So Frank Kula duplicating what Jedico did in the first and the second inning for Belle Vernon, leads off with a double. So Kula with the extra base hit, and that's going to bring up Braden O'Brien. O'Brien batting .360 on the year. No home runs, 5 RBIs. So Kula puts a little spark into this Mustang offense. They were retired 1-2-3 in that first inning. There's Lynn with the pitch to O'Brien. It's going to be called for a strike. So Lynn now ahead of the count. Yeah, Cooley yesterday with 3 hits, a 2-run homer, 4 RBIs. Triple short of the cycle, his dad lets me know. Not so sure how many people have hit for the cycle at Laurel Highlands. Yeah. The 1-1 pitch, nice cut there by Braden O'Brien. Looking to send that ball down to Rockwell. Count now goes to 1-2. Census. I'm showing I'm old school, Frank. That's it. What can I tell you? I'm old, man. And that pitch caught on the inside corner. So Lynn able to strike out Braden O'Brien. So O'Brien goes down looking. That's the first strikeout for Parker Lind here today. That's going to bring up Tristan McCoy. McCoy yesterday got a little action. McCoy actually had a 3-for-3 game against Albert Gallatin in the 11-1 win for the Mustangs. He comes up now with 1 out, and Frank Cooley in scoring position, trying to cut the deficit now to 1. McCoy takes that pitch on the outside corner. Lind. Not a lot of heat, as we said, but same thing, just like Petronas. Hits his spots, has a nice breaking pitch. And there's a swing and a miss by McCoy. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Mustangs do not want to strand Kula at second base here after that leadoff double. McCoy checking the count. Lynn's going to step off. Kula also not with a very big lead. You got Marion shading towards second base, trying to keep Kula close. Opening up a pretty big hole there if McCoy can hit a shot. Pitch up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think that's the first pitch that we saw Lynn throw anywhere near over the chest area of any batter. Been pretty consistent. He's got pretty good control. 2-2 pitch again, misses high. Maybe we eye-jazzed him here, not sure. So 1 out. And McCoy will get the payoff pitch. Time called, so no pitch. Pretty late gift of a timeout there, but McCoy able to call timeout. Now gets set for the payoff pitch. Kostelnik going through a number of signs. Lind can't agree on anything. Now McCoy's going to step out. Yeah, it looked like Kostelnik and Lind just kind of going through a set of signs, obviously going to give multiple signs with Kula on second base. Just couldn't agree on what they wanted to throw, but now Lynn's set, and here's the payoff pitch. There's a swing and a miss. So after giving up the leadoff double, Lind has struck out the last 2 batters in O'Brien and McCoy. And that's going to bring up Caleb Janoski. Janoski batting 190 on the year, no home runs, 3 RBIs. He's trying to get something going to where Kula's not stranded. And there's a shot. Is it going to stay fair? And it does. No, they called it foul. So Kula's going to have to go back. Janoski had an RBI double yesterday against the Leopards. Looking to do the same thing here today. But ball just missed the chalk. So Kula back to second base. The count now 0-1 to Caleb Janoski, the senior. Got the start at third today. There's a shot. It's going to fall in, and it does. Falls into right field. Kula's going to score easily. So Caleb Janoski with the single. And Caleb picks up his 4th RBI in the year in back-to-back days where he picked up an RBI. So cuts the lead in half as Frank Kula scores easily. The Mustangs now trail 2-1. It's going to bring up Patrick Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh, the right fielder today. Came in hitting .235. No home runs in, 4 RBIs on the year. Janoski with a decent lead. Lynn's going to throw over, keep him close. Holding him on to Stieber. And he's going to get caught. Nice move there by Lynn. The tag's going to go. No, they dropped the ball. Wow, how fortunate was Janoski there. Wow. You talk about a break and an error. Janoski was caught leaning. Lynn with a beautiful move. Stieber ran him all the way to second. Probably should have tossed it to the second baseman or shortstop to run him back to first, but regardless of that, Janoski now in scoring position for Cavanaugh. Pitch misses just a bit high. So we're going to have to score an error. It's going to have to be on the shortstop, Marion. So E6. There's a shot just down the third base line, foul. Cavanaugh, as we said, came in with 4 RBIs, 3 of those coming in the game against Albert Gallatin on a 3-run double. So now Janoski at second. Mustangs trying to tie this game up with a hit. Lind misses outside. Patrick Cavanaugh. Sevi Vecchiola waiting on deck. Pitch just a little outside. Cavanaugh with a swing and a miss. 2 outs, full count. Janoski at second, the benefit in an error. There's a pop-up. Will it fall in? Coming in. Center fielder Wessel's going to make that catch. So Cavanaugh flies out to center fielder Wessel, but in that inning, the Mustangs with 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 error. 1 man left on base. So after 2 innings of play, it's the Belle Vernon Leopards 2, Laurel Highlands Mustangs 1. Whether you're feeling under the weather or coming in for your annual checkup, West Virginia Medicine University Hospital Primary Care is ready to care for you and all your routine medical needs. Please visit uniontownhospital.com for available locations and contact information. Our game coverage is brought to you by Melinda Delarose, candidate for judge of the Fayette County Court of Common Pleas and assistant district attorney. Tough prosecutor and trusted local attorney, Melinda Delarose is asking for your vote for judge. Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood is a proud supporter of local high school sports. In fact, their annual charity golf outing has contributed dozens of scholarships to Fayette County students. The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood, PA. Hillbilly John Marietta is ready to ride his way to becoming your Fayette County Commissioner. He is firm on the Bill of Rights, our Constitution, faith, and freedom, and standing up for Fayette County. Pennsylvania needs good leaders, and courage is contagious. On Tuesday, May 16th, vote for John Marietta for Fayette County Commissioner, paid for by John Marietta for We the People. So as we get ready to start the top of the 3rd inning, Paxton Petronas coming back out for his 3rd inning of work. Gave up a couple runs in that second, but the Mustangs able to cut that lead in half. Is Frank Cole able to score on the Anoski single? So leading off for Belle Vernon is going to be leadoff hitter Seth Tomalski. Will be followed by Tanner Stieber and Jake Wessel. So 1-2-3 hitter. Tomalski was at the plate whenever the double steal was put into play. Bellissimo took off, and the courtesy runner Matusik was caught at the plate on a beautiful throw there by Sankovic to Sevi Vecchiola to get the third out of the inning. So Tomalski going to be popped up. Braden O'Brien calling for it. He's able to make the catch. So Tomalski pops out in foul territory to first baseman Braden O'Brien. So now a quick out. Tanner Stieber coming to the plate. Stieber, the only strikeout victim for Petronas that first time through the order. First pitch is a swing and a miss. So Petronas ahead in the count, 0-1. Stieber to be followed by Jake Wessel. Stieber came in batting .292. No home runs, 2 RBIs. Pitch down in the dirt. Evens the count now at 1-1. Lefty on lefty, Petronas facing the senior first baseman, Stieber. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner. Nice pitch there by Petronas. So Petronas now ahead of the count, 1-2. Umpire giving you the count. Just missed down and low. Stieber thought about going after it, but thought better of it. So now the count evens up at 2-2. Belle Vernon with 3 hits, all those coming in the second inning. There's the 2-2 pitch. Just missed on the outside corner. Count now full on Stieber. 1 out, top of the third inning. Mustangs trailing 2-1. Payoff pitch. Swung and just got a piece of it. So Stieber stays alive. Making Petronas throw some pitches. We're not keeping the pitch count today. Again, Petronas with the 3-2 pitch. And ball's hit down to second base. Kula fields it cleanly and makes a nice throw. So Stieber's going to be retired 4-3 for the second out of the inning here in the top of the third. And that's going to bring up Jake Wessel. Wessel popped out to the left fielder, Noah Lyon, the last time up. Lyon made a nice play as he had to go towards the line, reach up and make the grab. Wessel, as we said, the Penn State Barron recruit. Batting .355. That's going to be hit down to Sankovic. Sankovic with a nice throw over. Nice backhanded stop by Ty Sankovic, and he's able to retire Wessel 6-3. So 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're done with 2.5. And the Belle Vernon Leopards lead the Laurel Highlands Mustangs 2-1. Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorf is a premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it not only to be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they are local and here to serve you. Call 724-626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gorman, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt. Does your car sound like it's saying, trade me in, every time you start it up? Well, go to Ford of Uniontown and trade it in. That's right. Your Uniontown Ford dealer is ready to assist you with a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV purchase. Ford of Uniontown has all the deals, all the inventory, and they are ready to deal. It's never been a better time to buy a Ford. Service is their top priority no matter where you purchased your Ford car or truck. Ford of Uniontown will be happy to service it for you. They offer Ford-trained technicians, Ford-certified parts and service, 1 year, 12,000 miles parts warranty, and new state-of-the-art service equipment. Call or stop in today to see the hometown service of Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 West, across from Applebee's. So listen to your car the next time you hear it say, trade me in, trade me in. First pitch by Lind to the leadoff hitter, Sevi Vecchiola. Vecchiola with a good game yesterday, 3 for 4, batting in the 9 spot. Fouls that one off. Count evens up now at 1-1. Vecchiola, only a freshman, but that big game yesterday raised his average up to 333. So the 1-1 pitch by Parker Lind. Ball misses just a bit. Count now 2-1. 3-1. Vecchiola trying to become the second Mustang to lead off the inning. He had Frank Kula lead off with a double in the second. Trying to get a base runner here. They trail 2-1. That's going to be a walk. So that's the first walk issued by Lind. More than likely you're going to have a courtesy runner in for Vecchiola. It's going to be Blaze Krisner as the courtesy runner. So Vecchiola with the walk. And Blaze Krisner, the senior, comes in as the courtesy runner. So the first walk of the game to go along with 2 strikeouts for Lind. Now he's going to face the top of the order, Noah Lyon. Lyon led off for the Mustangs and grounded out to shortstop Marion. He'll be followed by C.J. Gesk, who waits on deck. Krisner, about a 4-step lead. Lind's going to go over. Made it a little bit closer than it should have been. Krisner needs to ask for timeout. They called a balk. They called a balk. No, so courtesy runner Blaze Krisner going to advance to second base on a balk call. Pretty good move by Lind, but umpire said he went towards towards home rather than first. That's going to be a strike to Noah Lyon. I think the count is 1-1. Thought so. Waiting for the ump to hold up his hands so I can see through this dirty window. Not sure who our ump is behind the plate. Out in the field, it's Mr. Dan Butler. I can't tell who's behind the plate here today for us. We're glad they came. I realized that yesterday, about an hour and a half delay, and Lyon's going to drop down a bunt, and a beautiful bunt. Nearly beats it out, but more importantly, gets courtesy runner Blaze Krisner over to third. So with 1 out, nice sack bunt there by Noah Lyon. Lyon retired 2-4. So now with 1 out, C.J. Gesk coming to the plate. Gesk flew out to right field his first time up. There's a shot Second base. And there's going to be a play at the plate as well. Is he going to be able to score? Slid around. Wow, nice job there by Blaze Krisner. Not so sure what he was doing. Nice play there by second baseman Seth Tomalski. Went over to first, got the force out on Gesk. But Blaze Krisner taken off and able to score on the play. Not exactly sure. I mean, he almost looked like he slid around the catcher before the tag. But more importantly for the Mustangs, this game's tied up, and that brings up Ty Sankovic. Sankovic was retired first base unassisted his first time up, as Stieber made a nice play on a hard hit ball. So now the Mustangs tie this game up at 2. That ball outside. And really, that balk ended up costing Lynn. Ball down and away. 3 balls, no strikes. Lynn might have to step back a little bit and take a little breather. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Sank with a green light. Oh, 2-1. I thought it was 3-0. Frank's informing me that it was 2-1. I was going to say a little risky there. Lynn sets and deals. Sankovic with a shot down at Tomalski at second. Tomalski with a nice throw. So Tomalski with a couple assists in that inning, but more importantly, the Mustangs able to score 1 run on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. So after 3 complete, it's the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Belle Vernon Leopards tied at 2. Looks like COVID may be with us for a while, so it's time to order your free at-home COVID tests so that you'll have them when you need them. Peach and Pharmacy can help you get your free COVID tests. Just call 724-626-9600. That's 724-626-9600. Or you can stop in the pharmacy inside Peach and Market in Connellsville. Allstate agent Russ Blejo. Contact Uniontown Allstate agent Russ Blejo for a free quote for home and car insurance near you. Located on Lebanon Avenue in Uniontown, call Russ at 724-439-9700. Remember, you're in good hands with Russ Blejo and Allstate. So as we get ready to start the top of the 4th inning, leading off for Belle Vernon will be cleanup hitter Jake Jedico. He'll be followed by Adam LeCarte and Austin Hoffman. Jedico led off the top of the 2nd inning with a double. Scored on a double by Marion. Petronas sets and deals. Breaking pitch. Ball's hit right back to Petronas, able to make a beautiful play. So 1 pitch, 1 out as Jedico's retired. 1-3. That's a big out to start this inning. Jedico has been slugging pretty good for Belle Vernon. Like we said, he came in batting .368 with 1 home run and 5 RBIs. So Petronas, 1 pitch and 1 out. It's going to bring up Adam LeCarte. LeCarte popped out the second baseman Frank Kula last time up. He pulls that one foul down the third base line. We're in the 4th. And we're in a pitcher's duel, 2-2. Paxton Petronas and Parker Lind. Ball down in the dirt. So now the count evens up at 1-1. LeCarte, the junior, so we have another year at Belle Vernon. Started today and left. outside. Count now goes to 2-1. Petronas with a deep breath. Count now at 3-1. Petronas has yet to walk a batter. He does have one strikeout. He recorded that in the first inning. Trying not to issue any free passes here. And that's a shot down the left field line. Base hit. Nice shot there by LeCarte. So LeCarte with the single. That's the fourth hit of the game for Belle Vernon. So LeCarte now at first with one out, and that's going to bring up Austin Hoffman. Hoffman popped out to Braden O'Brien on a nice play in foul territory his first time up. And O'Brien is going to hold LeCarte on at first. Big lead. Petronas is going to go over, try to keep him a little closer. Belle Vernon players calling for a balk, but that was pretty standard issue right there. Did everything he needed to do to get over to first. Quick step. Ball's going to be hit up the middle, and it's going to get through. So Belle Vernon with back-to-back hits as Austin Hoffman picks up a hit. That's going to put LeCarte at second. And that's going to bring up Martin Marion. Marion doubled in Jetico his first time up as he picked up his 6th RBI of the year. Now Petronas, after retiring Jetico on the first pitch, now giving up back-to-back hits. Infield now playing at normal depth. O'Brien going to give Hoffman a little room there. They're going to square around a bunt. O'Brien charging, but that first pitch taken for a ball on the inside. Marion, the .281 hitter. No home runs, 6 RBIs. O'Brien playing in on the corner. Janoski even with the bag at third. Marion going to swing, and he's going to pop that up. Frank Kula is going to drift back. Can he get it to second base? And he does. So bad base running there. LeCarte a little bit off the base too far, and he's going to get doubled off. So LeCarte going to be retired 4-6, and that's going to end the inning for Belle Vernon. So after putting together a couple hits, Belle Vernon ends the inning with no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. So after 3.5, it's the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Belle Vernon Leopards tied up at 1. Be prepared for spring with the help of First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. With a home improvement loan, a home equity loan, or home equity line of credit, you can finally upgrade that old furnace, take care of that leaking roof, or replace those outdated floors. Apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender number NMLS number 458729. So as we get started for the 4th inning here, it'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters up for the Mustangs. Frank Kula will be followed by Braden O'Brien and Tristan McCoy. Kula with a double his first time up. He was able to score on the single by Janoski. First pitch to Frank, takes it for a strike. As we said, Frank with a 2-run homer yesterday, his 2nd home run of the year. He's got 2 home runs, 12 RBIs for the Mustangs. That pitch misses down low, so now the count evens up at 1-1. Parker Lind. That pitch is outside. We said Lind came into this game. It's his 4th appearance. He was 1-0. The 5.37 ERA, 14 1/3 innings. Ball hit down to short. And that ball's going to be thrown away in the dirt. Marion not able to get that throw over. So Kula's going to be safe. Going to have to call it an error, though. Marion had the chance, but just didn't get that throw over. He charged it and made the play. So Kula reaches on E6. And the Mustangs again with the leadoff runner on to start the bottom of the 4th inning. Here comes Braden O'Brien. And that pitch, I'm sorry, that throw's going to be thrown over, and it's going to go into right field. Lynn trying to pick Kula off. They're going to try to get him to third. Is there going to be a play? No. So Kula showing great speed. So on the error, Kula now able to reach on the error and make it to third base on the throwing error by Lind. And now the Mustangs with a runner on third base and nobody out, and Braden O'Brien at the plate. Braden, 360 on the year, no home runs, but 5 RBIs, looking to pick up number 6 here and give the Mustangs the lead. There's a shot. That's going to do the job one way or the other, whether it's caught or not. Wessel, beautiful running catch. He covered a ton of ground to get there and robbed Braden O'Brien, but O'Brien flies out to center field but picks up the RBI as Kula scores easily. So Braden O'Brien with his 6th RBI of the year. Now the Mustangs take the lead 3-2. Still only 1 out here as Tristan McCoy comes to the plate for the Mustangs. McCoy struck out his first time up. Pitch is a strike. Lind. Beautiful pitch there. So count 0-1. Little hesitation by Lind. With the little, that was interesting. Looked like he almost didn't want to throw it, but threw it a little high, so that evens the count up at 1-1. Just misses low. Count now 2-1 on McCoy. McCoy came in batting .211. No home runs and 4 RBIs for the junior. He's a DH today. Takes that pitch to even the count up at 2-2. The Mustangs able to forge their first lead of the game. Kula able to get on an error and score on the sacrifice fly by Braden O'Brien. Pitch misses inside. So now the count full on Tristan McCoy. McCoy going to take his time. Here's the payoff pitch. Ball dribbled foul down the third base line. Brad Yeoman with no attempt to make the play down there. So McCoy back in the box and ready for the payoff pitch. And he swings and misses. It's the 3rd strikeout for Lynn today. 2nd time McCoy's gone down via the strikeout. Now that's going to bring up Caleb Janoski. Janoski singled that drove in Frank Kula in that 2nd inning for the Mustangs' first run. So he's 1 for 1 on the day. Takes that first pitch high. Getting invaded by would-be's here. Frank Kula with a nice hit. A lot of hand-eye coordination there. Good job, Frank. Janoski. I think the count is 1-1. We'll find out now. No, it isn't. 3 balls. No strikes. So Yanoski probably taking all the way here. Kula led off the inning, got on an error, went to third on a throwing error by Lind as he tried to pick him off. Braden O'Brien with a deep sacrifice fly that was made a beautiful play by Jake Wessel out in center field. But Kula able to score easily. So now here's the 3-1 pitch, and it's going to be a walk. So the second walk issued by Lind is going to put Caleb Yanoski at first base with 2 outs. That's going to bring up right fielder Patrick Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh flew out to center fielder Wessel his first time up as well. So now we're going to see a little action in the Belle Vernon bullpen. Lind's first pitch up and away. Looks like number 15. I'm going to see who it is here. That's going to be Jackson Bozak. That pitch just misses. Count now, 2-0. Jackson Bozak going to get warmed up out here down the left field line for Belle Vernon. Pitch just a bit high. So now 3-0. Cavanaugh should be taking all the way. Yanoski at first, 2 down. The Mustangs looking to tack on to this 3-2 lead. We're going to have a timeout. Coach Watson going to come out and chat with Parker Lind. Lind has 2 outs in this inning. But right now, 3-0 on Cavanaugh after walking Yanoski. So Coach Watson just coming out to try to settle him down here. At least try to get him through this inning. Plus, I'm also sure to give Bozak a little time to warm up. So the conference is over. Cavanaugh to step in with a 3-0 count. Sevi Vecchiola waiting on deck. Lind sets, deals. That's going to be a strike on the outside corner. Cavanaugh taking all the way. Lind trying to come back here. Takes a second pitch. So now 3-2. Coach Yeoman telling Yanoski, get on your horse with this full count and 2 outs. There's a payoff pitch, and it's going to be down in the dirt. So Yanoski going to go to second one way or the other. And that's going to be the 3rd walk issued by Lind and the 2nd in a row. Puts runners on first and second for Sevi Vecchiola. We said Vecchiola got on a base on balls, and the courtesy runner Krisner scored for him in that 3rd inning. Sevi 3 for 4 yesterday at Belle Vernon. The first pitch swinging. That ball's going to get in the gap. That's going to score Yanoski easily. Jake Wessel coming in. So Sevi Vecchiola picks up an RBI single. That's going to be his 2nd RBI of the year. And extends the lead to 4-2 as he drives in Caleb Yanoski. So catcher Sevi Vecchiola, the freshman, coming through for the Mustangs. And again, Blaze Krisner to be the courtesy runner here for Vecchiola. So Cavanaugh at second, Blaze Krisner at first, and top of the order, and Noah Lyon up. Lyon, first pitch swinging. Is it going to fall in? Going to be a foul ball. Can't see down the right field line in this press box here. Lyon 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to shortstop Marion his first time up and dropped down a beautiful sacrifice bunt that advanced the runner to second base. Pinch runner Krisner in that 3rd inning. Second pitch strikes, and now Lyon in the hole, 0-2. 2 outs here. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Mustangs able to plate 2 runs here to take a 4-2 lead. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Did he check it? They're going to call it a strike. So Lyon going to go down swinging, but not before the Mustangs score 2 runs on only 1 hit. There was 2 errors and 2 men left on base. So after 4 complete, it's the Laurel Highlands Mustangs 4 and the Belle Vernon Leopards 2. UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, and they treat sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. You can call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access, and they can contact your doctor for you. Call 724-437-7500 for UPMC Centers for Rehab Services. So as we get started in the top of the 5th inning, it's going to be the number 8 hitter, Max Kostelny, coming to bat. He'll be followed by John Bellissimo, and then the top of the order, Seth Tomalski. Now a couple guys down there warming up for Belle Vernon. Still looks like Jackson Bozak down there. Yeah. Paxton Petronas coming out for his 5th inning of work. Petronas giving up 2 runs and 5 hits so far. Here's the first pitch to Max Kostelny. Kostelny first pitch swinging. It's going to be a pop-up to Frank Kula, who corrals that one easily. Kostelny singled in a run in his first at bat in that 2nd inning, but he's retired on the fly out to Frank Kula. So Kula with 2 putouts in a row. Retired Marion on a pop fly to second base in that 4th inning, and now leads off to Kostelny and gets another putout. So now here's Bellissimo. Bellissimo was able to get on an error in that 1st inning. Braden O'Brien unable to make the putout on a nice throw by Janoski, but O'Brien not able to hold the ball for the out. That ball's going to be popped up. O'Brien's going to give it a look, but it's going to be out of play. Petronas. Pretty low pitch count. We do not have it, but he's not thrown a whole lot of pitches here today. See if we can get some info from the dugout. Petronas winds and deals. There's a ball hit. Kula going to have to shade to his left, make a nice throw. So Frank Kula busy at second base today. He's able to retire Bellissimo 4-3. So now 2 quick outs. That's going to bring up Seth Tomalski, the leadoff hitter, grounding out to short his first time up and flew out to Braden O'Brien at first. 2nd time up. So Tomalski comes in as a 167 hitter, the sophomore, starting at second base today. So here's Petronas' first pitch, down in the dirt. Vecchiola with the block. Tanner Stieber waiting on deck for Belle Vernon. Belle Vernon able to plate 2 runs in that 2nd inning. But Petronas holding him to those 2 runs. Tomalski. Petronas with a deep breath. misses it just outside on that pitch. 2 outs. We're in the 5th inning. The Mustangs with a 4-2 lead. There's a dribbler down to third. Janoski with a nice play on the big hop. High throw. And that's going to get over O'Brien's head. But that's not going to go far enough away for Tomalski to advance to second base. So it's going to be an E5. That's the second error of the day for the Mustangs. That's going to keep the inning alive as Tomalski reaches first. Now Tanner Stieber coming to bat. Stieber struck out his first time up and grounded out to Frank Kula at second in his second at bat. Petronas first pitch swinging, and Kula's going to flip it to Ty Sankovic for the force out. So Stieber with the fielder's choice, and Tomalski is going to be retired 4-6. So that ends the top of the 5th inning for Belle Vernon. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 man left on base. So after 4.5, it's the Laurel Highlands Mustangs 4, the Belle Vernon Leopards 2 on the C. Harper High School Sports Afternoon. South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon knows there's nothing more exciting than high school sports. He knows all the athletes work hard to be competitive, plus maintain their study skills. Rick Vernon salutes all the young contestants in their efforts. Good luck, and may the best team prevail. From South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon. Quality care doesn't have to be hard to find. NovaCare Rehabilitation has locations in Uniontown and Masontown and is accessible for all your recovery needs. Same-day appointments and no referral needed means making an appointment is an easy process. Industry-leading treatments including LVST, big therapy for Parkinson's disease, which increases mobility, improves balance, and decreases time necessary to complete tasks, are available at both locations. These services supplement NovaCare's exceptional orthopedic, concussion, and vestibular dysfunction resources. Don't miss the opportunity to personalize your care with NovaCare. As we get ready for the bottom of the 5th inning, we are going to have Parker Lynn come back out to start this 5th inning. You had Bozak warming up, but Coach Watson decides to go back with Lind. Lind going to face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, C.J. Guest, Tyler Sankovic, and Frank Kula. That ball hits Gesk. So Gesk takes one for the team and reaches on the hit by the pitch. So C.J. Gesk with good speed at first. And Tyler Sankovic coming to the plate. Gesk with a decent lead. Got to be careful. We saw Lind. Lind's got a nice move. That's a balk as well. So they're going to say another balk. So you rarely see that, but we've seen 2 in this game, and both by Parker Lynn. Coach Watson going to go out for an explanation. But he doesn't move very far to first. I mean, he's kind of in between. It's extremely close. He's got a nice move. Actually had Janoski picked off in that 1 inning, but an error got him to second. So now Gesk going to run his batting gloves over as he advances to second base. So on the balk, puts him in scoring position for Ty Sankovic. Sankovic coming in, batting .310. Lays down a beautiful bunt. Is it going to stay fair? And it does. So, to be honest with you, that's a base hit, because Sank was going to beat that out no matter what. Nice job there by Gesk, but beautiful bunt by Sankovic to just keep it on the grass right down the third base line. So now it brings up Frank Kula. Kula, 1 for 2 on the day, doubled and scored in the second inning. Reached on an error and scored in the fourth. So Frank comes in trying to pick up his 13th and hopefully 14th RBI for the Mustangs. 2 home runs, 12 RBIs on the year. He's batting .379 and first pitch swinging. Going to loft it out to left field. Able to drive in a run. Making the catch out there was LeCarte, but it was deep enough for Kula to pick up the RBI. So a sac fly will score C.J. Gesk. And the Mustangs now with a 3-run lead. So Kula able to drive in a run. And now here comes Braden O'Brien. Sankovic still at first. 1 out. There's another throw over. No question about that one. He actually came a lot closer to first base with that front foot. Sankovic with a decent lead. Lynn's first pitch to O'Brien, ball outside. So Sankovic with the bunt single. He's on at first. And the 1-0 pitch swung, hit the short, but right through the wickets of Marion. And that's going to get Sankovic to third base easily. So O'Brien reaches on an E6. And now runners at the corners. And Lind, unfortunate there. Pitched a nice game. He will be responsible for those 2 runners on. So Parker Lynn's going to exit. And let's see who we got coming in. Looks like 27. I think it's Tomalski. Seth Tomalski coming into pitch. So there will be a change defensively as Tomalski goes to the mound. And let's see who Belle Vernon's going to put at second base. We'll get the change here in a minute. So as Tomalski takes his warm-up pitches, we'll take a little breather as well on the C. Harper High School Sports afternoon. M&R Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel safely to school in the Fayette County area for more than 3 years. M&R Transit is a proud sponsor of the Laurel Highlands school baseball team and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information, call 724-439-3164. That's 724-439-3164, or stop into their office at M&R Transit, 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue. So we're going to have a courtesy runner for Braden O'Brien. O'Brien reached on the air. Tomalski comes in. Let's take a look at his numbers. Tomalski, as we said, started the game at second base. He's going to get a shot at the mound here in this bottom of the 5th inning. Tomalski comes in with, this will be his 4th appearance. Comes in with a .663 ERA, no record. Has 1 save. Has given up 7 hits overall in 6 in the third inning of work. So Seth Tomalski, and then you are going to have Jackson Bozick at second base. So Bozick now coming in for Tomalski at second. Now, you're going to have Kravosky hitting for Tristan McCoy. So Devin Kravosky with his first plate appearance. So McCoy in the DH spot. He was 0 for 2 today. So Kravosky coming in with 2 men on. That's going to be a balk there. Now he stepped back. Looked pretty close. And Brad's going to check it out. I mean, I didn't think he could make a move to first without throwing over there. Unless he stepped off the back of the rubber, but it was pretty iffy. Kravosky comes in batting 154 on the year. Now they're going to interesting. So runners at first and third. Connor D'Amico, the courtesy runner for Braden O'Brien. First pitch, called for a strike. Kravosky able to pick up the win yesterday as the Mustangs defeated the Leopards 13-3 at Belle Vernon. Kravosky, the lefty, facing Tomalski. Tomalski from the stretch. Sankovic at third. D'Amico, the courtesy runner, at first. Throw over. D'Amico able to get back. Kind of was debating there whether to slide head first or just go back on his feet, but kind of did a little bit of both. Pitch down in the dirt. Nice stop there by Kostelnik to keep D'Amico at first. Only one out. The Mustangs able to plate another run here in this fifth inning. And 2 men on for Devin Kravosky, who's pinch hitting for Tristan McCoy. Yanoski on deck. D'Amico with a decent lead. Again, ball in the dirt. Nice stop there by Kostelnik. Count now. 2-0. Down in the dirt. D'Amico again. Unable to go. Nice block there by Kostelnik. More activity down in the Belle Vernon bullpen. It's going to be number 18, Alex Nash, warming up. Tomalski came in relief of Parker Lind. There's a swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Tomalski. Runners at the corners. 1 out. Tomalski going to make a throw over. Pretty close. Almost caught D'Amico sleeping. Started to take his lead. Just caught him off guard. Kravosky with a shot. It's going to score 1 run, and D'Amico was running on the pitch. But nice play by Wessel. So an RBI single by Kravosky extends the lead now to 6-2 as Sankovic scores easily from third on a shot by Devin Kravosky. So now still only 1 out. Tomalski going to face Caleb Yanoski. Yanoski singled in the first inning and walked in the second at bat. So runners at first and second. First pitch swinging. It's going to stay in play. It's going to get out. Right amongst the fans. Janoski came in batting 190. But does have an RBI single here today. Looking to make it 2. D'Amico at second. Pitch just outside. Devin Kravosky at first. Mustangs looking to sweep this series. Came in today at 3-2 in conference play, 3-6 overall. There's a swing, fouled back by Janoski. In section 2 of 4A, Latrobe conference leaders right now with a 5-1 record. Uniontown at 4-1. Laurel Highlands in third place, 3-2, and Belle Vernon at 2-4, tied with Ringgold for the 4th and final playoff spot. Albert Gallatin 0-6 on the year. There's a shot down to short, and it's going to be slow enough that infield hit for Caleb Janoski. So Janoski now with the single, he's got 2 hits on the day, and now the bases are going to be juiced. So Janoski with the base hit. Going to load the bases for Patrick Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh flew out to center field Wessel in the first at bat in the second inning and walked in his second plate appearance. So still only 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Seth Tomalski trying to get out of a jam here. Keep his team in the game. They trail right now 5-2. Ball taken low by Cavanaugh. Trying to stay in the playoff race. Both of these teams, it's a quick season. They only have 4 conference games left after today. So really got to make some hay over the next couple weeks. There's a ball fouled off, out of play, down the left field line. The Mustangs finished this series against Belle Vernon. And they have to take on Ringgold next week in a home-and-home series. Ball catches the outside corner, so 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Cavanaugh. The Mustangs have Ringgold yet and Uniontown as their conference opponents for the rest of this year. Belle Vernon Leopards have Albert Gallatin and Latrobe, so they're going to see the top end and the bottom end of the conference standings to see if they can stay in playoff contention. Tomalski with the 1-2 pitch to Patrick Cavanaugh. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner. Nice pitch. So Tomalski catches Cavanaugh looking. That's going to be his first strikeout of the game. But more importantly, the second out of the inning. And now this brings up the hot bat of Sevi Vecchiola. Vecchiola walked his first time up, singled in a run his second time up. And looking now to pick up a couple more RBIs if he can single here. Breaking pitch just misses inside. As we said, still some activity in the Belle Vernon bullpen. That pitch just misses outside. So 2 balls and no strikes. Bases loaded. 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th inning. The Mustangs with a 6-2 lead. That pitch for a strike. So Vecchiola taking all the way. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Top of the order. Noah Lyon waits on deck. Vecchiola pops that one out of play. A little mad at himself, knows he missed a pretty good pitch there to hit. Count now evens up at 2-2. Tomalski set and trying to get out of this jam. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Vecchiola loops it out to right field. Making the play out there, it's right fielder Jake Jetico. So the Mustangs will leave the bases loaded, but not before they score 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error, and 3 men left on base. So after 5 complete, it's the Laurel Highlands Mustangs 6 and the Belle Vernon Leopards 2 on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports afternoon. Your health is the most important thing to you, and it's important to find the best physical therapy clinic to better serve you. Movement Physiotherapy, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive, west of Uniontown, understands this and wants to help ease the stress. Tyler Gasek has over 10 years of experience helping people improve their health with physical therapy and is ready to help you. Tyler is from the Uniontown area and is committed to helping improve his community. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PTPT or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementpp.com. So as we get ready for the top of the 6th inning, Paxton Petronas trying to toss a complete game here. He's going to face the 3, 4, and 5 hitter will be Jake Wessel, followed by Jake Jetico and Adam LaCarte. So Petronas working on a 5-hitter right now. 2 runs and 5 hits. Has 1 strikeout and has not issued a walk. So Wessel steps in. Wessel 0 for 2 today, which is unusual for him. Flew out to left fielder Noah Lyon his first time up, ground out to short his second time. Takes that first pitch for a ball. As we said, Wessel, the Penn State Barron recruit. Perfect Score magazine has him listed as the number 7 outfielder in the WPIAL, number 22 in the state. He takes that pitch for a strike. So the count evens up now at 1-1. Infield playing deep, not going to let anything get past him here. Mustangs with this 4-run lead. There's a breaking pitch, and that ball is going to be pulled foul down the third base line. So the count now at 1-2. And Petronas looking to keep Wessel off the base pass. Petronas with the 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch just got away from him a little bit, a little high. Evens the count now at 2-2. Wessel with the shot, and again fouled down the third base line. And actually hit his teammate Cole Matusik, who went down and retrieved the first foul ball. Took one in the solar plexus there last time. Wessel going to call time and step out. 2-2 count. Janoski now guarding the line a little bit down at the third baseline. That pitch outside. So Petronas now works the count full to 3-2. As Wessel tries to lead off this sixth inning and get something started for his Leopards. That pitch outside. So the first walk of the game issued by Paxton Petronas, and it comes in the sixth inning. And it's going to have Wessel at first, and Wessel with good speed on the base paths. He's going to be held on there by Braden O'Brien. Now this brings Jake Jedico to the plate. Jedico 1 for 2 today. Petronas checking the runner. First pitch swinging in the hole, and it gets past Tyler Sankovic. And with the speed, Wessel going to get to third easily. And on the throw, Jedico is going to scoot to second base. So Jedico with the shot. Pretty tough play on the backhand by Sankovic. We're going to be generous and give Jedico a hit, but more importantly, gets runners on second and third now with nobody out. That's going to bring up Adam LeCart. LeCart flew out to second baseman Frank Cool his first time up, and then singled his second time up, but was forced out on a fielder's choice. 4-6 to end the fourth inning. So now Coach Yeoman going to go out and talk to Petronas, try to settle him down a little bit. You can tell Sank a little disappointed. They're going to pull Petronas. So Petronas goes 5+. 2 runners on base are his responsibility. So now you're going to have a couple changes. It looks like Noah Lyon is going to move from left field to third base. Looks like Janoski coming in to pitch. And Blaze Krisner is going to make an appearance and head out to left field. So with the pitching change, you got Janoski now pitching in place of Petronas. Lyon at third. So while Janoski takes his warm-up pitches, we'll take a little breather here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Afternoon. Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. They are conveniently located on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing. Movement Physiotherapy is here to serve you, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive, west of Uniontown. Movement Physiotherapy treats back issues, knee and ankle pain, shoulder, hip, neck, and balance issues, and provides post-surgical rehab. Using aquatic therapy, manual therapy, therapeutic exercise, soft tissue massage, electronic stimulation, running analysis, and balance programs, Tyler Gasick and his team are ready to improve your health with physical therapy. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PTPT. Or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementpp.com. So here comes Janoski in a tough situation, no outs and runners at second and third. And his first pitch just misses. So Wessel at third, Jedico at first. And Janoski facing Adam LeCart. Cart takes that pitch for a strike, so 1 ball, 1 strike. As we said, LeCart 1 for 2 on the day. Singled and flew out to second base. Janoski from the stretch. That ball's fouled back LeCart late on that one. So Caleb Janoski coming in, trying to pick up the save. Blaze Krisner in left. Noah Lyon now at third base. Wessel faking like he's going to go. There's Janoski. Just misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looking to pick up the first out here. Belle Vernon down to its final 6 outs, but could cut this lead with a base hit. Could cut it in half. They trail now 6-2. That ball outside. So Janoski looking not to load the bases here. Waiting on deck is Austin Hoffman. Janoski just trying to gather himself here a little bit. Infield at normal depth. That ball's going to be down, and that's going to be a walk. So Janoski comes in and walks the first batter he faces. So now that's going to bring up Austin Hoffman. Hoffman today, he's 1 for 2. He popped out to first baseman Braden O'Brien, but singled in that 4th inning. Infield playing in on the corners. Yeah, not real sure what you're going to do there, but there's a first pitch to Hoffman. Misses high, ball 1. So Janoski walked the first batter he faced. Now looking, nobody out. Looking to pick up a couple outs. There's a pop fly. Is it going to be fair? Yes, it is. It's going to score 2 runs. Blaze Krisner able to cut it off, but not before Wessel and Jetico score. So Austin Hoffman came in batting only 176. Picked up 2 hits today. That's his 2nd hit, and he picks up 2 RBIs. So Wessel and Jetico able to score. And now runners at first and second as LeCart gets the second, and Hoffman over at first. Still nobody out. And Martin Marion at the plate. First pitch down. Good stop there by Sevi Vecchiola. Marion doubled in a run his first time up and then popped out to Frank Kula at second base. But Marion with some power. Came in batting .281 now. No home runs, 6 RBIs on the year. That's a strike. Taking all the way. We're now 1 ball, 1 strike to Martin Marion. Max Kostelnik waiting on deck. Janoski going to throw back. Now he's going to fake back to second base. LeCart with not a very big lead back there. Sankovic trying to sneak in on him. There's a swing and a miss. Nice pitch there. So Janoski now ahead of the count 1-2. Martin Marion looking to cut this to a 6-5 game with a single. And he's going to wear one. So Marion gets hit by a pitch. So now the base is going to be loaded again. And now Brad Yeoman going to come out. Will he make another pitching change? Let's see what happens. Infield coming in. And Janoski came in relief of Paxton Petronas. Yeah, it does look like Noah Lyon going to come in. So we're going to take a little time to make a pitching change here as Noah Lyon comes in. Lyon threw a nice game against Indiana last Friday. Lost 2-0 on a tough loss there, but you got Martin Marion. Marion looks like he might have caught one right in the elbow. Looks like he's hurting pretty good right there. The trainer's actually going to come out and take a look at him. And I think he's going to kind of shake him off. So Noah Lyon, the freshman, coming in a big situation here. And as we said, only four section games left before the playoffs for both of these teams. And every win counts. Right now, the Mustangs at 3-2, Belle Vernon at 2-3. So the winner of this game could make it a little bit more interesting, or could make it a bigger lead for the Mustangs if they happen to win. So Lyon, the freshman, interestingly enough, Brad Yeoman with a lot of confidence in him to bring him in this big situation. Parker Lynn started the game for Belle Vernon. He was relieved by Seth Tomalski. Now this is the third pitcher for the Mustangs. Paxton Petronas with the start. Brought in Janoski, and now Noah Lyon coming in, hopefully to pick up a save. As we said, Latrobe leading the section at 5-1, Uniontown at 4-1, Laurel Highlands at 3-2, and Belle Vernon at 2-3. So really both of these teams, as well as Ringgold at 2-3 also. So could be a dogfight for that fourth and final playoff spot. Right now, Latrobe and Uniontown look pretty solid in the top of the section lead, but as we said, got to win a couple series or at least split a few series to guarantee yourself in the playoffs. So now Lyon to face Max Kostelnik. Kostelnik 1 for 2 on the day. He actually singled in a run in the second inning and flew out to second baseman Frank Kula his last time up. So 8-9 hitters. Here's Lyon's first pitch. Going to be a strike. Bases loaded. Nobody out. The Mustangs trying to get out of a huge jam. Pitch misses outside. So Noah Lyon with the 1-1 pitch. Just misses in outside corner. Pretty close pitch there. The Mustangs in on the corners. O'Brien at first. Janoski at third. Middle infielders playing normal depth. That pitch is going to be a strike. So now Lyon 2-2 on Max Kostelnik. Looking to pick up the first out of this inning. Here's the pitch. There's a dribbler down to third. Janoski's going to come home. The force play by Sevi Vecchiola to get the out. So Kostelnik is going to reach on the fielder's choice. But the Mustangs able to get an out. LeCart retired 5-2 on the play. All the runners advance. So now Hoffman at third, Marion at second, and Kostelnik at first. It's going to bring up John Bellissimo. Bellissimo reached on an error his first time up, grounded out to Frank Kula his second time. So now Lyon with one out in this top of the sixth inning. There's a dribbler to short. Sankovic to Kula. Can he get it second? No. And the run's going to score, and another run's going to score on the throw. So now they're going to say that this ball went in the dugout. So you're going to have Hoffman score. You're going to have Marion score. Now this game's tied up at 6. Kostelnik's going to be retired 6-4. Bellissimo is going to reach on a fielder's choice and advance to second on the error. So Lyon now with 2 outs. But now the go-ahead run in scoring position for the Belle Vernon Leopards. Seth Tomalski, the leadoff hitter, with his 4th at bat. Pitch down in the dirt. Nice block there by Vecchiola. Tomalski grounded out to short. Flew out to first base and reached base on an error. Line with a pitch. Up. So Belle Vernon able to plate 4 runs here in this 6th inning. Tie this game up. The Mustangs came in 6-2 in the 6th. Lyon just missed. Tomalski with Stieber waiting on deck. Lyon set, deals, just misses. So now that's going to put Tomalski on the walk. That's the first walk by Lyon. That's going to bring the 9th man to the plate in this 6th inning for Belle Vernon. Tanner Stieber comes to the plate now with 2 outs. And Jake Wessel waiting on deck. So Stieber 0 for 3 today. Struck out, grounded out to second, and reached on a fielder's choice. Bellissimo at second. Tomalski at first. And Tanner Stieber looking to give his team the lead. A 4-run 6th inning for the Leopards. And Noah Lyon, the freshman, trying to work his way out of a jam here. Pitch just misses. Stieber takes it for a ball. Tomalski able to get a big lead with O'Brien playing behind him at first. Takes that pitch. 3 balls, no strikes. So Lyon looking to avoid his second walk. Swing. Ball's going to float back into mid-left field. Nice play there by Sankovic. Able to show some range and get out of this inning. So Sankovic with the play, but not before the Belle Vernon Leopards score 4 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 2 men left on base. So after 5.5, it's the Belle Vernon Leopards and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs tied up at 6 on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Afternoon. Our game coverage is brought to you by the C. Harper Auto Group, the best price every time, all the time. The C. Harper Auto Group. Since 1976, Davis & Davis has represented people and not insurance companies. Our lawyers have experience in litigating or settling personal injury claims, medical malpractice cases, and wrongful death actions, together with domestic, real estate, workers' comp, and municipal law experience. Throughout decades of work, Davis & Davis has successfully represented thousands of cases in local, state, and federal courts. For more information on Davis & Davis and how they can help you, phone 724-437-2799. So now Seth Tomalski and Noah Lyon are the pitchers of record for both of these teams respectively. Petronas only gave up a couple runs, but got yanked and the bullpen could not help him out. So Paxton cannot win and cannot lose. Parker Lind also didn't do a bad job for Belle Vernon. Actually was the recipient of a couple balk calls that might have been a little questionable, but either way, he won't be on the hook either way. So Right now, the Mustangs looking to put something together. Going to have Noah Lyon leading off this bottom of the 6th inning. He'll be followed by C.J. Gesk and Tyler Sankovic, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters for the Mustangs, facing Seth Tomalski. And still some action in the Belle Vernon bullpen. Alex Nash back there warming up again. So Noah Lyon with a chance to help himself here. Mustangs left the bases loaded last inning. Those couple of runs could have really helped them out. Breaking pitch called for a strike. Kind of froze Lyon there a little bit. Kind of backed off of that pitch. Lyon 0 for 2. He's got a sacrifice bunt in there. There's a shot up the middle. Marion ranges to his left, makes a nice throw. He pulled first baseman Stieber off the bag, so Noah Lyon's going to reach on an error. So E6, and the leadoff batter on base. You got to wonder, might have a courtesy runner, but Lyon with pretty good speed. It's going to bring up C.J. Gesk. Now the infield going to sneak in. Got third baseman Hoffman sneaking in, expecting a bunt from C.J. Gesk. Stieber's going to hold Lyon on at first. Bunted right back. Nice job. Only play is going to be Tomalski. He's going to tag out Gesk. So that's going to go one unassisted, but good bunt by Gesk to advance Noah Lyon to second base. That's going to bring up Ty Sankovic. Sankovic singled his last time up. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Singled and scored in the 5th inning for the Mustangs. Sank comes in batting .310. Now we're going to have a little powwow at the mound. Coach Watson coming out to talk to Tomalski. Try to set up a little defense as to what they're going to do here. 6-6 tie. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Again, I want to thank our help today, Mr. Jim Layton for running the camera, Mr. Frank Kula for keeping the scoreboard, keeping me on my toes too. Need all the help I can get, boys, trust me. So here comes Sankovic. Sank, 8 RBIs on the season with only 1 out, looking to put his team back ahead. You've got Wessel shifting a little bit to right field, expecting Sankovic to pull, leaving a wide open gap. If he can take it between left center, he might run forever. Nice block there by Kostelnik to keep Noah Lyon at second base. Tomalski behind, 1-0. That pitch called for a strike, catches the outside corner on the breaking ball. Here's the question. Do you have Sankovic bunt again? He laid down a beautiful bunt that last time that actually went for a hit. Tried to sacrifice more than anything, but laid it down and it stayed in the grass down the third baseline. That pitch misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's 1 out, and the Mustangs looking to plate the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Mustangs scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. Sankovic, infield playing normal depth. There's a dribbler. Could be trouble. Interesting. He had Tomalski trying to come over and make the play. It looked like Sankovic might have turned his ankle a little bit, but both Stieber and Tomalski going after the play. They're going to appeal to the home plate umpire. The call on the field was safe. Dan Butler called him safe. It was a dribbler into no man's land. Tomalski tried to come over and make the play. Stieber actually picked up the ball, flipped it to Tomalski. Kind of looked like it was a bang-bang play. But Sankovic is going to get called safe. So now that takes Noah Lyon down to third. We're going to have to give Sankovic an infield single. So now runners at the corners and only one out. And the Mustangs with the big gun, Frank Kula, coming up. Kula doubled the lead off the second inning and scored a run. Reached on an error and then hit a sac fly for an RBI, his 13th of the year. And he's looking to pick up number 14 right here and give his Mustangs the lead. So Kula coming to bat. You got to wonder, I would think, that Sankovic is going to take off on the first pitch. Sankovic with a decent lead. Tomalski checking. There's the pitch, and that ball's going to be in the dirt, and it's going to get away anyway. And it's going to score a run. So Noah Lyon showing great speed, able to score on the wild pitch. And the Mustangs do take a 7-6 lead as Lyon scores on the wild pitch. It's going to be Sankovic advancing to second, and they're going to walk Kula intentionally. So that's going to be the first walk issued by Tomalski, but that's going to bring up Braden O'Brien. The big fella had a sacrifice fly, drove in a run, struck out and reached on an error. First pitch is a strike. Sankovic at second, Kula at first, and the Mustangs now with a 7-6 lead here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Ball outside. Still activity in the Belle Vernon bullpen. The Mustangs looking to tack on a couple more insurance runs here. Swinging, looks like it's popped up. And that play's going to fall right behind the fence, behind the dugout. So Braden O'Brien, fortunate that that ball got out of play. O'Brien, the senior, came in batting .360. No home runs, 6 RBIs, and we're going to have a little chat with Coach Yeoman. Only one out. And the Mustangs trying to do a little more damage here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Waiting on deck will be Kravoski. So Tomalski now set and ready. And O'Brien's going to step out. Tomalski took a little too much time. Swing and a miss. So O'Brien going to go down on strikes. So that's 2 outs here in this bottom of the sixth inning. It's the second strikeout by Tomalski. That's going to bring up Kravoski. Kravoski singled his first time up as he came in to pitch hit for Tristan McCoy in the 5th inning. Actually had an RBI single. So he's looking to do it again. Swings at the first pitch and fouls that one back. Mustangs 7, the Leopards 6. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs looking to sweep the season series, the 2-game home-and-home series between them and the Belle Vernon Leopards. Pitch just missed. Almost got a little piece of Kravoski there. Devin coming in, hitting only 151 on the year. But as we said, single the last time up. Seth Tomolsky in relief of Parker Lind. Pitch to Kravoski, just misses on the outside. The Mustangs have stranded 6 men on base so far in this game. Kravoski with a foul. Speed on the base paths with Kula and Sankovic. So anything in play. Good chance for the Mustangs to pick up at least 1 run. A good crowd here today at Tom Lamon Field. Perfect day for baseball. There's a pitch to Kravoski high. Now that's going to work the count to 3-2 with 2 outs. So both Kula and Sankovic will be taking off on the pitch. Tomolsky getting the sign, ready to go for the payoff pitch. Kravoski able to foul it off. Kravoski able to stay alive. Again, Tomolsky with the 3-2 pitch. Steps back. Waiting on deck. It's Caleb Janoski, hoping he gets a chance here. Kravoski into the gap. Is he able to beat it out? Nice play by Marion, but no. The ball's going to get away from Stieber, but not far enough for Sankovic to score. So Kravoski with his second hit of the day is going to be an infield single, and it's going to load the bases. Kravoski 2 for 2. Sankovic not able to score. The ball did not get far enough away from Stieber at first. And that's going to bring up Caleb Janoski. Janoski singled in a run his first time up, walked, scored a run, and then singled in his last at bat. So he's 2 for 3 today. I'm sorry, 2 for 2. Bases loaded. The Mustangs looking for some insurance. Janoski swings at the first one. Count 0-1. Noah Lyon able to score the go-ahead run for the Mustangs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Janoski able to plate a couple more with a hit. There's a shot, and it's in the gap between third and short. It's going to score 1. It's going to score 2. Caleb Janoski with a huge hit. A 2 RBI single to put the Mustangs ahead now 9-6, as both Sankovic and Frank Kula scores. Kravoski will advance to second. So Caleb Janoski with 3 hits on the day and 3 RBIs. That brings up Patrick Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh 0 for 2. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Yanoski able to drive that ball right between shortstop Marion and third baseman Hoffman. With everybody running on the pitch, able to score easily. Cavanaugh fouls that off down the third base line. Yeah, Yanoski with the timely hit. Two outs. Cavanaugh up with men on second and first. Takes that pitch for a strike. Good breaking pitch there by Tomalski. Tomalski looking to get out of this inning. The Leopards will be down to their final 3 outs. Cavanaugh able to just get a piece of that. The Mustangs with 3 runs on 3 hits so far in this inning. None bigger than Yanoski's to extend his lead to 3 at 9-6. Cavanaugh, fly ball. It's going to go out to Wessel. And the sure-handed Wessel makes the catch. So the Mustangs are retired, but not before they pick up 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error, 2 men left on base. So going into the top of the 7th inning, it's the Mustangs 9 and the Leopards 6 on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Afternoon. Jimmy John's Walnut Hill Plaza, Uniontown, is a proud supporter of local high school sports. Stop by Jimmy John's to fuel up before or after the game. Uniontown Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community. They treat sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. You can call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access, and they can contact your doctor for you. Call 724-437-7500. Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch, but what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman right here in Uniontown can switch you over so you can start saving today. Lauren and her team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Lauren Yeoman, it's easy to switch and save. Just give her a call when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. So as we head to the top of the 7th inning, the Mustangs now with a 3-run cushion and Noah Lyon in line to pick up the win. If he can retire Belle Vernon hitters, they come up with the 3, 4, and 5 hitter, the meat of the order, Jake Wessel, Jake Jetico, and Adam LeCarte. So here's Lyon's first pitch to Jake Wessel. Ball, strike. Caught the outside corner. Wessel 0 for 2 here today. Flew out to left field, grounded out to short, and walked his last time up, scored a run. There's a shot at second. Frank Kula gets down on his knees, makes a play, and a good throw. And a big out to start this inning. Frank Kula with a beautiful play at second, able to retire Jake Wessel. So 1 down. And Jake Jetico coming to the plate. Jetico 2 for 3 on the day, has a double and a single. Scored 2 runs. Comes in with a .368 batting average. First pitch is a strike to Jetico. So Belle Vernon now looking to get something going, down 3 after giving up 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. There's a shot out to left field. Blaze Krisner back on it, back on it, back on it. Fell out of his glove. So Jetico able to reach on the air. So now Belle Vernon with a runner in scoring position. And that's going to bring up Adam LeCarte. LeCarte 1 for 2 here today. Flew out to second and singled. And walked in his third plate appearance. So now 1 out. Jetico at second. First pitch to LeCarte's a strike. So Noah Lyon trying to shake this off and get out of here with the win. Ball popped up. Will it stay in play? Just goes over the fence down the left field line. Lyon waiting for his defense to get set. Lyon looks the runner back. There's a pitch. It's going to be popped up. C.J. Guest coming in, makes the play. So Guest able to retire Adam LeCarte on a nice running catch. And that's 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Austin Hoffman with the last chance for the Belle Vernon Leopards. Hoffman 2 for 2 today. He's got 2 RBIs. Singled twice and flew out to first baseman Braden O'Brien in his first plate appearance. So Hoffman looking to keep this going for the Leopards. First pitch is a ball down low. Jetico at second. Pitch just missed. Count now 2-0. Noah Lyon checks the runner. Pitch, strike all the way. Yet Hoffman taking all the way. 2-1, 2 outs. The Mustangs trying to hold on to this 3-run lead. There's a shot down to third. Janoski with a nice play. Nice throw. Going to be thrown away. Jetico is going to score on the throwing error, but Hoffman unable to get to second base. So an E5, and they are going to say he is getting to second base. So Jetico able to score, cuts the lead to 9-7, and Hoffman goes to second on the overthrow. So now this brings up Martin Marion. Marion doubled in a run, got hit by a pitch and scored, and flew out to Frank Kula at second base. So Lyon trying to pick up this third out. Marion takes first pitch for a strike. Jetico scores for the 3rd time today. There's a pop-up. Kula's going to drift back, call it, and make the catch. So Martin Marion with the fly out, and the Mustangs with a very important win here today. So Belle Vernon in that 7th inning scores 1 run on no hits. There was 1 man left. We had 2 errors in that inning. So your final score, Laurel Highlands Mustangs 9, the Belle Vernon Leopards 7. Final numbers for today, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs scored 9 runs on 9 hits. They committed 5 errors, and they left 8 men on base. For Belle Vernon, 7 runs on 7 hits. They committed 5 errors as well, And they left 6 men on base. Winning pitcher is going to be Noah Lyon. Losing pitcher is going to be Seth Tomalski. Big gun for today is Caleb Janoski, who had 3 hits for the Mustangs and 3 RBIs. Frank Kula had a double in there. Tyler Sankovic with 2 hits. 2 hits from Devin Kravosky off the bench. The Mustangs improved to 4-2 in section play, and more importantly, jump out ahead of both Ringgold and the Belle Vernon Leopards. So tonight's game has been a production of WMBS Radio and C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports. For Jim Layton, Frank Kula, and Tony Hanula, we wish you all a good night, and congratulations to the Mustangs on a big win, 9-7 against the Belle Vernon Leopards. So long, everybody.